Welcome to Unmasked. I am Ron Bennington with thoughts in honor of the recent firing of Opie from SiriusXM that we would play the old. I think we did. Was it the 20th anniversary of Opie and Anthony? And I remember this at Caroline's, at a packed Caroline's in New York City. That those guys felt. I'm going to say that they felt kind of honored and strange about being together 20 years. It's weird that any number that has a 0 and a 5 of it makes you think, but it was a very, very sweet day. And this wasn't long before Anthony was fired from the show. And of course, Opie and Jim carried on for a while. Then they broke up. And then Opie got fired almost 3 years to the day after Anthony was fired. But it's a very strange thing. And I talked about this on the Bennington show, that it feels different now. It feels like with all the podcasting and iTunes and different platforms that no one's ever really going to be fired again. That everyone will be able to keep doing a show to the same people because you can listen to shows now anywhere in the world. So it'll be interesting to see what Opie does next, whether him and Anthony get together again, whether Anthony and Jim get together again soon. By the way, as this goes on at a certain point, we bring Jim Norton out. The reasoning behind that is they wanted to do it where it started out with the original memories that Jim wasn't part of, and then the WNEW memories on, and that's where I met O&A. But then sometime after we did this, we heard that some of the stuff might have just been them being in a good mood and lying to us about how they feel about each other, which to me is as interesting as the truth. You know what I mean? There is no difference to me, and how fascinating it is for someone to, as they say, be unmasked or put the mask on and say, this is me. But there's only a few people in radio that I feel like I could relate to because we had the same kind of experiences over the years. There's a small tribe for me, and there won't be any new people to that tribe. You know, radio has changed so much. Terrestrial radio has changed, and with O&A, I certainly know what it's like to be in that shock jock days where you have to keep trying to top yourself over and over. And then we had that experience of coming to, at that time, which was XM radio, and having the weird total freedom of just talking about whatever you want to. And now looking around with podcasting where almost everybody. I'm so glad that we had a chance to do that. And I'll be totally honest with you. I'd like to wait a couple years and get together and do this with these guys again. I'm Ron Bennington, and this is Unmasked with Opie and Anthony.